Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about your next set of irons, what they should be. The reason I changed my golf clubs this year is basically I wanted a little bit more spin off my irons. The reason for that is that I wanted to shape the ball a little bit more. Sometimes I found with my old irons that I wasn't able to get quite as much shaping, as in I couldn't move the ball left to right, right to left, keep it low, hit it high, as easy as I was used to. And so I've gone to the same golf club, the Apex TCB, that Jon Rahm is playing. Not because I think in any way I can compare myself with Jon Rahm, but simply because obviously if he is able to kind of get a good feeling and good ability in shaping his shots, then they're going to help me as well. Usually, as in all changes, there's always a trade-off, and the trade-off in this case is I'm not probably going to hit them quite as far as my old irons, which really had a bit more of a trampoline effect in the club face and also less loft. And by reducing the loft and putting more trampoline on the face, you are actually going to reduce the spin as well as actually helping yourself to hit the golf ball a little bit further. However, that's a trade-off I'm willing to make. And these are the kind of thoughts that you ought to be looking at if you're looking at your next set of golf clubs. What is it that you need that your golf clubs at the moment can't give you? I think for the majority of you out there, you're probably looking for a little bit more distance. So what you want to be looking for is maybe changing the steel shaft with a graphite shaft. Changing the shaft will get the golf club a little bit lighter. There are also some lighter shafts on the market, but getting a lighter shaft will generally help you to increase club head speed without really trying harder to swing the golf club quicker. It also has the added advantage of dampening the bad hit shots. These vibrations from the head that go into your joints when you hit the ball poorly will be dampened by the material in the graphite shaft. This, however, is not always a good thing. If you're an advanced player, maybe you actually want to feel the difference between your good shots and your bad shots. And therefore, maybe the graphite shaft isn't the way to go for you. You'd be better off with a lighter steel shaft. But it's certainly something to be thinking about. The next thing is basically to look at the head. Obviously, the smaller the head, the more difficult it is to hit, but there are an awful lot of research out there which says a smaller head will actually make you hit it more precisely, that you will train your brain to actually hit it better. So putting a large head isn't always the answer. However, if you are struggling with your golf swing and keeping a stable axis, maybe you're going to need a larger head to actually get any kind of club on the ball at all, in which case you should be looking for a larger head. Then of course, look at the kind of golf course that you're playing on. If you're playing on a golf course where there's a lot of grass on the fairways, where they're soft, then you're probably better off taking a golf club which has a wider sole, which will actually start to forgive you if you catch the turf a little early. On the contrary, if you're playing a shortly mown golf course with hard fairways, similar to the links golf courses in Scotland, then you're probably better off getting a smaller sole on your irons, because otherwise they're going to be bouncing off the turf and topping the golf ball, even when you make a pretty good golf swing at them. These are the kind of common sense ideas. One of the most difficult things for me actually to know is how much forgiveness should I have. The size of the club will help me, the sole of the club will help me, but the peripheral weighting of the golf club is something which I usually can't even see, and because it's all stuck in the engineering of the golf club. A lot of golf clubs will have tungsten put into them, into the soles, to increase the weight in particular areas in the face, and therefore it's very difficult for you to know whether this club is actually helping you or not, and if it's helping you enough. And that's why I would definitely recommend you getting a fitting, and not just with one manufacturer or even with just one golf club type, but actually going through the bag with different golf club types. If you look at a company called Callaway, they will actually offer you 5 or 6 different heads and a myriad of different shafts to try with those heads before you have to make any kind of, hopefully at that point, informed decision about your next golf club. But then you need to have some numbers to tell you whether you are hitting it better or not. That's why I would definitely recommend either FlightScope, Trackman or GC Quad to actually give you some kind of idea about how far you are away from the optimum ball flight for your club head speed. Virtually every club head speed has an optimum distance that you can hit, and these machines will tell you how close you are to yours. They will also give the fitter an idea whether you should be hitting less loft, more loft, a harder shaft or a softer shaft, if he knows what he's doing. And nowadays, fortunately, I think the majority of the guys out there do. So before you rush out and buy the next clubs just because they look pretty on the shelf or John Rahm was playing them, make a couple of thoughts about it, go and get some help from a qualified fitter and test before you buy. That way you'll avoid disappointment when the things turn up. Beautiful golf club. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Big thanks to all of my patrons. See you all soon.